A lady named Cynthia just got her dream job and she's super excited about it. It's something she's always wanted all her life. But something threatens this newfound joy of hers, a habit she has built over time. This habit hasn't been a threat to her for as long as she could remember, not up until now when it threatens the vital part of her success where she needs to evolve. Now, most of us, like Cynthia, have had to drop some traits we've learned as children or by association or just by some certain level of adaptation. But this new trait or habit threatens the very fabric of our success and moving forward. And so in this video, I'm going to walk you through the 5 steps Cynthia had to go through to unlearn this new habit and embrace a new form of success of hers. And anybody, including you, can use these very steps to grow and evolve into the best version of you. So yeah. All right, Cynthia, talk to me. Why do you want to end this habit of napping that you've built over the years? So for Cynthia, taking naps threatens her current position in the United Nations. It's literally become a threat to the progressive life she has always wanted. And so it's important for us to understand her why, because this is what will motivate her to know that, okay, do you want to grow as bad as you want to end this habit? And if you know that you want to grow really badly, then to determine how badly you want to end this new habit. All right, I hear you. What would you say is the trigger to this habit of napping? What do you have to do to actually easily and seamlessly fall into a sleep at noontime? The what question is so important because every single habit that we have is a response to an action. Just think of it like a car that you're about to start. There are cars that needs a key that needs to go into the ignition. There are cars that are pushed to start. Something needs to actually start the car, but once it starts, the whole other process of the ignition and the AC and lights coming on is more or less automatic, right? So there's always something that triggers that habit in you. Let's call it the key starter for the sake of this video. Well, like we spoke in our last section, you would need to replace this habit. And what have you thought of would be the best replacement to this habit of yours? This is so important because this is the replace strategy. While eliminating a habit, you always need to replace it with something. If you are a late night eater, someone who wakes up at night to eat something, you probably would not be able to stop the waking up at night immediately, but you can stop the eating at night. So once you wake up at night, instead of going straight to the fridge to get something to eat, you can wake up at night and don't go to the fridge at all. Probably wake up at night and do some push-ups, wake up at night, pick a book to read, wake up at night and pray. Just substitute the habit of eating at that point in time with something new, because keeping it vacant means something else would force its way into that habit. So you're trying to end with one bad habit, but you subconsciously pick up on something else that you do not want. All right, still going on what we had on our last session. We agreed there was going to be a 21 to 60 day rule. So for you to practice and exercise this new habit you're trying to develop to replace the previous one. So have you drawn up a timetable? Timing is everything. Typically, it says psychologically that you need 21 days to actually start a new habit. So if you do something consistently for 21 days back to back, it begins to form a new habit. And so how long do you think it will take to break one? Because breaking a habit is quite much harder than forming a habit, or almost the same. Now, psychologically, there's a theory that is between 21 to 60 days to actually break or form a habit. So you need to actually start this new routine and keep at it for a period of 21 to 60 days for you to break and form a new habit in the process. Have you decided on the friend or community that would keep you accountable in following this new process of rejuvenating yourself? Anybody, a new community or a friend? Friendship and community. You need somebody at your corner. You might not necessarily have a big grown community like family members looking out for you, but there's somebody, an accountability partner, someone you could just tell about this new thing, someone you trust enough to tell them about this new thing, and will keep you on check. People try to replace this with technology, your phone and alarm and all this kind of thing, but it's not as effective as when you have someone who can hound you about something, especially if they know it is good for you, to actually remind you about these things. So you need friendship or a community. Depends on which works best for you. For me personally, I like to go with friendship, right? So my close friends, people around me could most likely hound me about something. While some others have a whole community, probably a group, a reading group, or a gym group or something. But learning a habit or learning a new habit doesn't have to be painful, excruciating, and tormenting. It could be fun, it could be interesting, and it could be very much enjoyable if systematized and done right. It takes a strong will initiated by reason and executed in time for you to actually break or form a new habit.